Well, I'm in the Jeep and I'm heading out to Morden, Manitoba to visit the Little Morden Service, AGCO and Versatile dealership out there. And the reason I'm going out is because that dealership has taken in a very interesting tractor on trade. It's a 1968 Versatile 145 four-wheel drive. And it's been fully restored and it's now on display in their showroom. Not only am I going to get to see the tractor, I'm going to get to meet the original owner, the farmer who bought it new. Let's go see it. Hello and welcome to AGDealerTV. I'm your host this week, Scott Garvey, and something unusual for the website this week. We're not looking at new machines. We are looking at this classic, beautiful, restored 145 Versatile, and I have the privilege of standing next to Bill Ransom. You are the original owner of this tractor. You bought this brand new.
That's right. Our farm company bought it. Ransom Farms Limited.
And when was that?
1968.
1968. And you've had this tractor until about 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes. So you've been farming in the Boise Vane area for a long time, your whole life, I guess.
Oh, yes, yes.
And you told me this was one of a few that you've had.
Yeah, we had two others as well. The first one was a model G100, which had a gas engine. It wasn't a terribly satisfactory tractor, but we traded it on this V6, which was a D118. And we used it, and then we bought this one in '68. So.
And you've used it for all the usual things, tillage, seeding, all of that.
Oh yes, yeah.
But you had to add the cab on this. This didn't come from a Versatile plant. Cab.
We were a little short of money to buy one with a cab at that time, so we used it for a couple of years before we got the cab. And boy, did that make a difference to the comfort of riding in the tractor, let me tell you.
Yeah, no sun baking down on you or cold fall wind?
No.
They've done a nice job on the restoration of the cab inside.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm really impressed. It's the quality of workmanship on it and that. And of course, the paint now is superior to what it was back in the 60s too.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Quality is way better. But you had this stored inside for most of its life, right?
Oh yeah, like during the winter when we weren't using it, it was always stored inside. So
what were your thoughts of it? Were you satisfied with this tractor?
Oh yeah,
like it?
Yeah. Of course, it was one of the bigger tractors at that time, and we pulled a 32-foot cultivator with it, and we used an offset roam disc for breaking up hayland to be reseeded and that sort of thing. And it had lots of power and good range of working speeds with the transmission system that it has. So,
and it's got singles on it now. Did it have singles when you bought it?
Yes.
So you never put duals on it?
No, we didn't put duals on. These were larger than most of the singles.
Right, they're big.
So
yeah.
we never had a traction problem with it, really. So,
are you tempted to buy it back now?
I've got a couple of other tractors that I would like someone else to buy and enjoy them as much as I have.
It's nice to see it been taken care of like this.
Oh, beautiful. I'm just so pleased that someone has taken the interest to do that with it.
Right. Bill, pleasure. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Enjoy it.
Dennis, you and your shop got this tractor in on a bit of a roundabout adventure, but you ended up getting it back. You got it into your shop and you made it look beautiful. So tell me about that process. How long did it take?
We spent about 190 hours on it in total. And that's, 4 of us guys, my son and 2 of my workers working on it. And when we got it, it was in rough shape. It was rusty, but we sandblasted it and took the tires off, the rims, and tore the interior apart, and we ended up finding a lot of, rusted out spots in the cab, after sandblasting, of course.
Usual restoration.
Yeah, usual restoration. So the cab was probably the worst. We welded in a lot of sheet metal, and that type of thing. But it was a fun project. We never did anything to the engine or the transmission or anything like that.
Right.
So that is all original there.
It's amazing that a tractor this old is still mechanically, the engine's never been into, just a few minor seals and things.
Yeah, that's right.
Incredible. How difficult was it to restore this? You would do mostly cars and trucks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So working on this, kind of a change of pace?
Oh yeah, change of pace, but you know what? Being a farmer myself, I enjoyed it a lot. My heart is there, and I love old agriculture equipment. Like I say, I'm a farmer as well, so we just loved it.
So a lot of dealers these days are a little bit hesitant in taking old machinery on trade, but you have definitely made an exception for this 145. Tell me how that came about.
So we happened to get what we did is we sold an 865 Challenger tractor to Miltcron in Crystal City area. And he had this old 145 in the back, and our salesman came to me. He's like, "Do you want a 145 Versatile?" I was like, "I'm not sure." But then all of a sudden started thinking about it. It's like, that would be a cool piece to have, because our business goes back to, in our family back to 87, but Little Morden service started back in the 60s, even back into the 50s with Versatile. And we have a lot of history with Versatile. I'm thinking if we could have an old 145 at some point in our showroom, the legacy that it has brought to our business would be pretty cool to have. So I was like, yeah, let's take it in trade. Right. We parked it in the back. And then all of a sudden, a customer of ours, like Dennis Friesen, also does some body work in the wintertime, and just casually asked him if he'd ever be interested in doing restoration on a tractor, because typically he does vehicles and that type of thing. Said love to. So we all of a sudden this winter ended up bringing that tractor to his shop, and a month later we got this beautiful 145 behind us, and it worked out fantastic.
It is a beautiful tractor. So what are your plans for it? Right now it's enjoying pride of place in the showroom, but what's the plan going forward?
We hope to use it in parades and such. It's always interesting to have a piece of the history, and then also some of the new pieces, just to have them even at trade shows and farm shows, to compare the old with the new and see how far we've actually come. Because this tractor is 1968, and we were getting close to that birthday of a few decades behind it, right? So to compare where we've come from, it's always kind of cool. And then also to have farmers that have worked with these tractors, just to hear their stories. We've had so many people walk in, share the stories. Back in the day, that's the first tractor I drove, or there's so many different stories. And then just to be able to visit with people about where we've come from is so much fun.
So it's really attracting attention now that it's in the showroom.
It really is. And we've got people from all over the place that have, on social media, it's such a small world, right? So we get to hear people commenting on it from all over, and just have the same thing, have some type of connection to Versatile or to a tractor like this.
Right. Well, I know Bill told us a little while ago when we were speaking to him that he paid just over $14,000 for a brand new out of the factory. That's an astonishingly low price. That doesn't even make a down payment anymore on a four-wheel drive.
That's the thing. We were just saying how far that number has changed as well, right? If we take a new tractor now, that is the similar horsepower. And that's the other thing, is that you take a 145. This used to be the big tractor. You had a 145, you had a big machine.
Yeah.
And now that is a utility tractor on the farm.